Firefighters packed the hearing room to show their support for Acting Chief John Salas' nomination to lead the Guam Fire Department. Referring to former Chief Dave Pareto in all but name, 3 GFD captains praised Salas' leadership in comparison to the former chief.
Chief Salas has lifted the micromanagement cloud that has engulfed our department for years. We are capable of bringing our department to a professional level that has never been seen before.
He has always been one to raise the morale of the employees, which has been low this past few years. Plain and simple, he's a man of integrity.
The men and women of the Guam Fire Department have gone through a lot of austerity, intimidation, and pressure with the past predecessors this past 2 years. In my 25 years of service, I have never seen the Guam Fire Department's morale so low that it was beyond describable. We have heard of the negativity just recently in the media of Chief Salas and his issues pertaining to the KL, but again, that was expected of his predecessors and his few friends that he has.
Salas has never been accused of theft from the dead at the scene of the KAL crash. He wasn't even there. But he has acknowledged knowing of allegations of theft at the scene, and he has acknowledged being questioned last year about those allegations. And he has also acknowledged seeing items from the crash scene on the desk of former Chief Gil Regis back in 1997, when Salas was Internal Affairs Chief at the Guam Fire Department. What did the Internal Affairs Chief do when he saw those items on Regis's desk? Where are those items now? Was there ever an Internal Affairs investigation about the allegations? Most senators ignored those questions, but freshman Senator Aline Yamashita and Committee Chair Adolpho Palacios wanted to know.
How do we clear this up? Because I have people calling me and saying that you knew that money was taken, that wallets were burnt, that identification was removed, and I just need to know.
All right, man, to be honest with you, I had nothing to do with the KAL crash at all.
You were Internal Affairs Section Chief?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And so as these allegations were surfaced, were you engaged in interviewing folks who may have been accused of stealing from these dead people?
No, ma'am. I was never instructed by my chief then, Chief Gil Regis, to conduct or to launch an investigation.
So you were never aware of any kind of wrongdoing?
Well, I was in there very briefly at the chief's office because I was passing by, and he just called me to view some of the items that were recovered from the crash site. And yes, I was there for about 3-4 minutes at the most, and I just walked out. I just pointed to my lead investigator, Captain Ed Mendiola. I said, if the chief wants to conduct an investigation, you take care of it.
So, but were investigations, as far as you know, actually done so that because when I get these phone calls and I get these letters, I'm like, we should be able to close this. We should be able to say the investigation was done, the reports were done, these folks are they're clear. And that we have a fine candidate in front of us whose integrity is intact. He was well aware, he did what he needed to do. So was the investigation done and were the records closed as far as you know?
Ma'am, I can't really say, to be honest with you. Like I said, I have checked with the file, Internal Affairs Office files, and ma'am, there's nothing that we can find.
So to your knowledge, what happened to those evidence?
Sir, I'll be honest with you, I really don't know.
As officer in charge of Internal Affairs, I mean, it didn't occur to you? I mean, you're not curious to find out?
Like I said earlier, while I was there in the chief's office, I just immediately pointed to my lead investigator, Captain Ed Mendiola, to handle the situation. If the chief recommends that we launch an investigation.
How long since the time you viewed that to the time you were transferred out? You said you've been transferred out?
Yes, I believe it was about 7 months after.
7 months later?
Yes.
So all the time after you viewed that, you had 7 months actually, but nothing happened after that?
No, sir.
Is it possible that those items came into the possession of the Guam Fire Department in the course of trying to save lives and recover bodies?
Yes, ma'am, I would say so. But being that these firefighters were there all night fighting this particular fire, ma'am, they were all exhausted. And even if they did pick up these items, like I said, they're over exhausted already. They're tired. They could have probably put them into their bunker gears, their pants, into the buckets, and probably might have forgotten, you know, that they did put into their pockets until such a time when they went home. And when they took this bunker gear off, that's when they probably recovered that, oh, I accidentally picked this item up, and I totally forgot about turning it in.
Acting Chief Salas told PNC News on Friday that these photos of items taken from the crash scene are evidence of that tragedy and not of a crime. The evidence photo is dated August 11th, 1997, 5 days after the crash. Kevin Kerrigan, PNC News.